Hi, it's Larry here of Xbox Live's Major Nelson. PAX Prime is one of the biggest community-driven gaming events in the entire United States. So, we decided, since it's local here in Seattle, we are going to throw open the doors of the Xbox campus and invite the community in. What are they going to do? They are going to play some of the hottest ID at Xbox games before they're even released. We also got a chance to talk to some of the developers about their projects. Here's what they had to say.
Volgarr the Viking is an arcade-inspired, kind of a retro hardcore game. I don't like to use the word retro too much because it implies that the ideas behind the game are really old. They're not, but they are inspired from gameplay of that time period. Volgarr, from its look and feel, is directly inspired by Super Ghouls and Ghosts for the Super Nintendo. It is directly inspired by Rastan from the arcade. There's actually an homage, a direct homage at the very, very beginning of the game that has Rastan in it. A lot of the fans, if they remember those games, they light up like a Christmas tree because a lot of people aren't giving those kind of games to them anymore. The fans who haven't experienced this before go, whoa, like, I didn't expect to die in the first 10 seconds, like, what is this? And then they laugh because the deaths are so ridiculous. And then they continue to keep going, and each time that they play, they make it a little bit further, and before they know it, they've played the game for half an hour.
When we launched Warframe, the quick synopsis was, do you want to be a space ninja? It's grown so much since then, and it's taken on a life of its own with our players because it's an independent project and it's driven and paid for by the players, and we really owe it to them to build the kind of game that they wanted to see, which is a huge kind of Phantasy Star Online, MMO influence, persistent world. So it has changed so much. Every planet now has its own art set, there are unique enemies everywhere, there's specific custom boss fights all across the solar system, there's a pet system, there's a pet breeding system, there's a personal spaceship now that you own and that you build and customize and reconstruct using a questing system. I kind of had my trade show mentality on at PAX, and then you're completely disarmed because like, hey man, I play Warframe, I've got 1,000 hours in your game and I totally love it and everything's awesome, and are you gonna add swimming to the game, and I have all these ideas, and I brought you some gifts, and my girlfriend made you brownies, and it's just an amazing experience to sort of bask in that, but at the same time be able to turn the tables and say, well, what kind of player are you? What do you want to see next in Warframe? So it's an amazing thing, especially for Warframe because it is so community driven.
Chariot is the story of a princess and her fiancé, and she is tasked with of burying her father. It's a physics game, it's a 2D platformer, and you play together, couch co-op, and you carry this coffin on wheels, which is the title's Chariot. My friend and colleague Philippe Dion, who's a programmer, he had this great idea for a couch co-op platformer in which he really wanted it to be cooperative, not competitive. And it was really fun. People were playing with this stick figure demo, and we were like, we really have to make this game. Watching people getting their hands on your game, it's what we make games for. So I think it's the most joyous experience.
Well, Speedrunners is a 4-player competitive platformer where the goal is to outrun your opponents so much that they fall off the screen. The camera follows the player in the lead. One of the things that people often miss is that they can use boost to get a little sprint action going on, and obviously swinging on white ceilings when using your grappling hook, and how to use your weapons best to take over your opponents. And we see a lot of people coming in that don't know the game yet and are getting excited about the game, but we also see some people that come up to us and have played the game for hundreds or maybe thousands of hours, which is crazy to us. We even had to sign autographs and all that stuff, and that's just, yeah, it's wonderful. That's crazy, yeah.
I mean, I've been at Microsoft for 4 years, and I can't remember another event we did where we just, had an actual open house and said, hey, come on by, like the doors are open, we're buying a bunch of pizzas and stuff like that, and it's just kind of fun. It's just kind of celebrating game culture and celebrating these awesome games and awesome developers and our awesome fans as well.